of sickness. Let's make them feel better. The Generation Euro program presenting our podcast about racism.
Hello everyone, welcome to our I'm Not Racist But podcast, and today I'm going to interview a friend of mine and she will answer some questions, but let's start with the introduction of herself.
Hi there, my name is Raja Al-Hsiwi. I'm 21 years old and I'm from Western Sahara, and currently I'm living in Poland. I'm studying for my master's degree here. I came here on February 2020 as an Erasmus student, and I decided to stay for my master's, so I'll be staying here for the next 2 years. For me personally, racism is a problem. It's a big, fundamental problem across the world, in which we discriminate or we bully or we hate or we have prejudgments towards certain people only because of their race, which is crazy.
Do you feel discriminated sometimes? How do you feel about it?
Well, actually living here in Poland, I didn't feel discriminated against as much. Why? Because obviously I'm not black, I'm mixed. Second of all, because a lot of people, when they ask me where are you from, I say, can you guess? I get a lot of people saying I look Spanish, I look Italian, I look Greek. Some of them say maybe Arab, but yeah. I only had one personal experience with that, and I'll let you know about it later on with the other questions.
What do you most want white people to know?
Well, I just want you to, first of all, acknowledge the privilege you have, because me personally, as I said, I pass as maybe European, and I felt the privilege of looking or passing as European. I really felt the privilege, especially in comparison with my other African friends that don't pass, and they shouldn't pass. They should be themselves and be treated normally. So what I want white people to know is the color of your skin does not determine anything, literally anything. You do not control the color of your skin. You were born with it. What should determine how you are treated is your personality, how you are, how mean you are or how nice you are, how do you treat people. That's what should matters.
What comes in your mind when you hear others saying, go back to your country, you're black?
Well, I don't hear you're black, and I've never heard the term go back to your country, but I know a lot of other people do. So I'm speaking on behalf of them, because I know how I would feel if somebody told me that. Well, personally, if I'm black, then I would be happy that I'm black. I mean, the African black culture is so amazing. A lot of white people actually take stuff from the black culture and they associate it to themselves, and the way they dress, the way they dance, the African music, and we still hate African people. I just don't get it. I really don't get it. I genuinely do not get it, and I don't even know what to say about this point. Like, okay.
People discriminate or bully black people just because of their color. Why?
This is a psychological question, actually, because not all people bully and not all people discriminate against certain people based on their race, but it's common. It's really common. Why? I would say misinformation, stereotypes, social media, or the media in general, because sometimes the media can be, not sometimes, most of the time, currently the media is really racist, and they only show certain stuff about certain races in the world. So a lot of people who haven't encountered those races only think about what they saw on the social media or the normal media, and they have those ideas, and those ideas are transferred to their children. So this is the issue. We need to spread real information, and people need to be aware.
What is the meaning of race for you? Aren't we all the same? Does the color means we are different?
Well, for me, I would say that race would mean people coming from the same society and they have the similar physical traits. And does color mean we are different? Well, physically, yes, we look different. And even our personalities are different. Nobody is the same as anybody, actually. You know that even twins, like similar, identical twins, they have the same genetics, they have the same face or the same body, but they are two completely different people. Even though that they came from the same parents, the same society, the same everything, and they're completely different. We should celebrate our difference. Our difference is what creates our diversity. Our diversity should be encouraged. It should be celebrated. We should love it, not hate it, not bully it.
I'm a guy who wants to help fight racism. Where do I start?
I would advise you, if you want to fight racism, to educate yourself. That's the first and most important step ever. Educate yourself about it. Acknowledge it. Before you educate yourself, you are already acknowledging it if you're asking me this. So acknowledge it, educate yourself about it, and then start spreading awareness. Start with your small circle and educate them well and ask them to educate themselves even more and look into the matter and research and speak out. Speak out about it. Do not be silent.
Have you ever faced racism? Or have you seen a racist situation? What did you do?
Well, my encounters with racism. I would like to speak about my encounter, but it's not that big of a deal for me. I don't know why, but I just feel that my encounter was not that big of a deal because it was this big problem and it was with the police and I'm not mentally ready to talk about it yet. It's just too much for me. But I will talk about another encounter that I was with, in which one of my black friends, we were going to this food festival, and in the beginning it was just me and some other people, and my black friends weren't with us, and we entered and we came back and we met with our black friends and we invited them in. On our way in, the security guards stopped us. This situation made me so enraged. I wanted to I don't even know, I was feeling angry, I was feeling mad, I was feeling frustrated, I was feeling sad, I was feeling a mix of emotions. Like, how can a normal human being deny somebody something, anything, based on the color of your skin? Literally, we do not control the color of your skin. We are born like this. Like something that you have no control over and other people hold it against you. But then I started really thinking about it and researching about it, and I realized that those people are not normal. Those people who discriminate and hate and spread hate are not normal. They're racists. And they're psychologically not normal human beings. They are evil. They are evil. They stopped us and they did not allow our black friends in. And we say, why? And they pretend they don't speak English because obviously none of us speaks Polish. Then my two black friends were like, it's okay, let's just go somewhere else. And I'm like, no, it's not okay. This is not okay. You're being stopped from entering this food festival for no reason. Everybody can go in. Even I can go in. And there is no problem. But you and her cannot go in just because you're black? What the hell? Oh, hell no. And I refused. And they were like, Raja, we are used to this. This happens to us all the time. This happens to us in the clubs, in the restaurants. This happens to them in clubs, in restaurants, in a lot of social gatherings. People stop them from getting in purely based on the color of their skin. But what bothered me the most was the fact that they are used to it. The fact that I wanted to call the police and they were like, we already tried that before, but the police told us it would be preferable if you just go somewhere else. We will avoid a lot of problems like that. But I was like, no, this is not right. How are people okay with this? This is not acceptable. And I was really mad. And what made me even feel worse about it was the fact that when I looked to my black friends, they were used to it. It felt normal for them. And no human being should feel normal about the fact that there are people being racist towards them. And I'm not saying anything about my black friends because I feel it. You are in another country, you don't speak the language, and you're just afraid of causing problems. I hope my answers are beneficial to a point. I hope I shared my point of view. Just know that I've answered all of these based on my personal opinion and my personal experience. So you may agree or you may not agree, and that's completely okay. As I said, difference is good. Diversity is good. Let's embrace it. Let's stop the hate. Let's stop racism. Let's educate ourselves, and let's spread love and awareness across the world. Peace.
Thank you very much, Rajat, for joining us today. Thank you for answering our questions. And stay tuned, everyone, because we will share more episodes on this topic. So stay tuned on this podcast.